I feel bad for the National Review. I think National Review should be the next weekly standard that goes under because they are a rag that puts out fake truth just to get the truth out there. Now, here is the problem with Ben Shapiro. I have no issues from the Jew side of it. He wants to, on the Sabbath and be off of digital platforms on Saturday and go to the temple. That's fine. But unfortunately, there's no way to get around it. When you're a journalist, news don't stop just because it's Saturday. The Kavanaugh hearing happened on Saturday. The confirmation, the verdict, he missed that. He missed Trump's little speech on Saturday at 4 o'clock about the wall. And he also missed this indigenous thing. Well, if these people can find indigenous Indians, Native Americans from this Catholic school out of Kentucky. And so Ben Shapiro misreported on it because he was using a source from Rich Raleigh, the so-called National Review person. Well, Rich Raleigh and Jonah Goldberg and David French all should be fired, and the whole National Review, for that matter, should lose its job. They sit there and went with the fake news instead of hold their skis to get the correct information on this incident. These people are getting threats. These people did not threaten. These people sing their fight song. These people were not doing anything to disrupt. They stood their ground. You got a bunch of passive-aggressive idiots at the National Review that want them just to walk away. No, I am for either Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. Your choice, whatever you feel comfortable doing. That's what I support, whatever you think works. I would have punched the guy in the face if he gets in my face. I'm self-defending myself, and so I choose Malcolm X. But if you choose Martin Luther King, I'm not going to judge you. Other than if you walk away, then I would judge you as a scaredy cat, little coward. You don't sit there and keep giving and giving because they'll keep taking and taking. You stand your ground. You have every right to be there. And no one should kick you out. No one should take your space. Just like at the restaurant Red Hen, I would not have left. I know Huckabee Sanders chose to leave, but I wouldn't. It's about staying your ground, and I have every right to be here. I did nothing to deserve to be accosted out or to have to leave that space. If I choose to not show up again at the Red Hen, fine, but I should still be there. And all I can say is what is wrong with you. You people go out there, rush to print stuff. And again, this is the problem when you're a Jew, an Orthodox Jew, and you have to be in a temple on Saturday, and so you're not able to be on digital platforms or watch any digital media of any kind. It means no TV, no CNN, no MSNBC, no Fox News, no Newsmax, no One America, no Blaze TV or anything to get the news of this. So you're just sitting there going with what you think you know. And also you have no Twitter or Facebook to get on that side of it with people's tweets or Facebook posts. So Ben Shapiro is just going with whatever people tell him, and he assumes they're correct because he doesn't have the time to gather the information himself because he's in a synagogue. And he's a news personality, and to do this stuff, he needs to know what he's talking about. But because he's in a synagogue, he's not able to know what he's talking about because he's in there, he's cut off from all this other stuff. He's not probably able to do stories that unfortunately happened into Saturday and into Saturday night. And he doesn't know what's going on. This was breaking, and it didn't reach him until later on. He was at the Life for Life thing too, the March for Life thing too, but he didn't see any of this stuff. And as this was slowly breaking, he went off of social media because of his Saturday thing he does every week, in a synagogue, and the Sabbath day, he's not on any platform. But there is Jewish people that if they want to be in the news business, has to work on Saturdays because you have to start on the weekend, and you're not just going to get Sunday, you have to do Saturday too, and work your way. And before you can go to during the week, you must get your start on the weekend. So unfortunately, yes, I get you are a Jew, but you know what? It's just the way that it is. If you want to be in the news business, that's what you have to do. They're not going to sit there and pay for two people to do just 2 shows a week on Saturday and Sunday. So you either do both those weekend shows or else you're not going to get hired. And I know he's independent, but This is the irresponsibility of, this is again what happens when you are cut off from the news. You sit there and don't know what's going on, so now you're trusting other people in order to get your facts from. And so you go, and before you hit your skis and know what you're talking about, you just retweeted a tweet from Rich Valley. Now everyone's deleting their stuff because they were wrong about these kids. Now they're being threatened. The school could still disciplinary them, like for suspension. Native Americans were coming after them. They were aggressively going after them. And they got people, black people and other people saying, these are Trump supporters. I called them the F word, which is gay, a slang, a slur for gay. They're saying, all this other stuff, saying all kinds of mean stuff. Go back to England or Europe. They're doing all kinds of stuff, man. They're saying this is the mob, this is a mob. They were mobbing these Native American people. And, these people were just sitting there waiting to get back on the bus as they were there marching for life, in Washington, So this is crazy, man. Everyone sit there and misreported so they can position themselves to be like, I'm standing up for these Native Americans. I'm standing up against whatever. Because they need to sit there and join up with the left so we can be like compassionate. Why you want to be compassionate liberals? I thought you were constitutional conservatives. Why you want I gotta be with these compassionate liberals? I think I'm compassionate. I say this is wrong, man. These kids were tying them. Why were they tying them, Tony Goldberg? Why were they tying them? Eric Erickson, where were these people tying any of these people? Well, they started it, but then they went back. Well, yes, they did some stuff back. I guess some of the kids were doing something, but so what they were. They're just sitting there, doing their fight song. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Who gives a crap? These people were going after them. And you people want them to just be passive and just walk away like cowards. They stood their ground. They'd never been wrong. Some of them, just in these other kids in the background, were just doing some stuff to mock them a little bit. So what? It's just harmless fun anyways. I mean, people get mocked all the time in comedy shows. Wait, that's going to bother you? People get mocked all the time. They need thick skin, but they weren't the ones going after them. They ain't the ones harassing them. This kid had someone putting a drum in his face. When it was Indian-style large drums. It looked like a tambourine like, but it's a drum, and then banged it in his face. And he sits there and does that. I would have punched the Native American in his face. He's lying on TV, on CNN, about what has happened, and, he wants to play the victim. These kids are the true victims. We need to stand up, man, because, these people are killing our country, man. If we don't take our country back, man, this is sad. We need to stand with these people, man. Because we're just going to sit there and ruin all these people because it just shows, hey, the left ruined you and you stand idly by and did nothing and let them get ruined. Because the left singles you out and then they destroy you. We need to stand with these people, man. We don't have to stop taking a knee, bending a knee. These kids did nothing wrong and I had no problems with them punching them in the face. Man, I wish Gavin McGinnis would have been there. There would have been a fight, and I wouldn't have cared. Oh, Gavin McGinnis is storing violence. Well, guess what? What needs that? And what do you want him to do? To sit there and do nothing when they're banging that in my face? Like, get out of my space. Get out of my space, Native Americans. Get out of my space. You know what? No one gives a crap what you think. You're the racist, most hateful people in the whole wide world. You're racist. The real problems with the sports team names being the sports team names, like the Washington, the Atlanta Braves and the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Blackhawks and all these Indian names like the Fighting Illini and all these Indian names. It's like the only ones that have a problem with these racist Native American people. This is a shame, man. They should be ashamed of themselves. I don't know what is going on, but these people should be ashamed of themselves. And we need to stand by this school and these kids, these Catholic high schoolers from Kentucky. We need to stand with them. These people are being smeared by so-called conservatives. I'm so sick and tired of never Trumpers and former never Trumpers. They just got ahead of their skis and they should be discredited. And the next publication that should be dead is a National Review. I'm not saying that the other one should be gone, Media Matters, because they're always done. That's the same with BuzzFeed. They can stay around because they're just rags that have never been Republican. But National Review and Weekly Standard both pose as Republican considered publications. That's why they need to go because they're fake and phony, pretend to be something they're not. Now, so if you lost your credibility, no one should take you seriously anymore. You're discredited yourselves. You so-called conservatives, you don't use all credibility, man. No one's gonna take you seriously or should listen to you anymore. Because, man, you just blew it this weekend, man. You used credibility and trust. So it's a shame these people just went out and slandered these people and ruined these kids' lives. And, you should all be ashamed of yourselves, especially the conservatives. They're supposed to stand up for people. They have to be right. They have to position themselves. And these sensitive people that would be like, oh, we're sensitive, we just need to come out and, just be like ahead of the story and act like, we're standing up for stuff. What a shame. And you claim to be conservatives, man. You claim to be conservatives. You knee-jerk, nearsighted conservatives that sit there and don't understand, and you just want to act like you're conservative, but you're clearly not. Like, why did Trump offer this one? He conservatory on his views on the wall. You know what? I think that Trump's doing what he has to. And all you know with Trump is I think he could have done something 2 years ago? No, because I don't think that Paul Ryan wanted the wall either, so he would have had an easier time 2 years ago with Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell. So it wouldn't have mattered. Now it's having the same amount of trouble with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. And so the fact is, nothing's going to happen. But every time Trump does something, it's Trump's fault. Yeah, we gotta attack Trump. We need jerk to attack Trump. It's all like we gotta be like, oh my God, we gotta attack this to the president so we can be liked by the left. Shame on you. Why you guys gotta be liked by the left for? You're a disgrace. That's all.